Praise the Lord. Stage registry.
Mawasar, Ban Yahanna, Ban Yashar.
Mawasar, Ban Yahanna, Ban Yashar.
Yahweh Bashem Yahshua Barakatah.
Yahweh Bashem Yahshua Barakatah.
Ban Yashar.
Model. Follow with the arms, face the east. Go to prayers.
In the Lord prayer in Hebrew. Abanao.
Abanao.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Kodash.
Kodash.
Ayah.
Ayah.
Shemka.
Shemka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Malabka.
Malabka.
Taba'ah.
Taba'ah.
Ratazayka.
Ratazayka.
Ayah.
Ayah.
Asha.
Asha.
Barataza.
Barataza.
Kawa.
Kawa.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Bashemayim.
Bashemayim.
Nathaniel.
Nathaniel.
Lakam.
Lakam.
Cow.
Cow.
Yawam.
Yawam.
Wasanakina.
Wasanakina.
Kawapina.
Kawapina.
Kaznakina.
Kaznakina.
Kawapina.
Kawapina.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Daba'ayna.
Daba'ayna.
Baishai 1.
By the side one.
A ball.
A ball.
Aishai now.
Aishai now.
Mayan.
Mayan.
Rai.
Rai.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Lakab.
Lakab.
Mawalaka.
Mawalaka.
Wala'ala.
Wala'ala.
Watapara.
Watapara.
Wala'ayam.
Wala'ayam.
Aman.
Aman. This is the Lord's Prayer in English. Our Father,
Our Father,
which art in heaven,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come,
Thy kingdom come.
thy will be done,
Thy will be done.
on earth,
On earth.
as it is in heaven.
As it is in heaven.
Give us this day,
Give us this day
our daily bread.
our daily bread.
And forgive us our debts,
And forgive us our debts.
as we forgive our debtors.
As we forgive our debtors.
Lead us not to temptation,
Lead us not into
but
temptation,
deliver us from evil.
but deliver us from
For
evil.
thine is the kingdom,
For thine is the
and
kingdom,
the power,
and the power,
and the glory,
and the glory,
forever.
Well,
So be it.
So be it. Is the power in Hebrew. Yahweh Bashem Yahushua.
Yahweh Bashem Yahushua.
Baruch Shah.
Baruch Shah.
Nathaniel.
Nathaniel.
Hakak.
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 La Para.
Rapa'ah.
Cow Makala.
Ka'makala.
Wakal Manawa.
Ka'manawa.
Hakak.
Hakak.
La Tahar.
La Tahar.
Ha Matazarayam.
Hamasazarayim.
Hakak.
Hakak.
La Hakoyam.
Lahakara.
Hamatayam.
Hamatika.
Hakak.
Hakak.
El Rakaroth.
Al-Makawah.
Ha Tama'ala.
Ha Tama'ala.
La Garashon.
La Garashon.
Bashem Yahushua.
Bashem Yahushua.
The Watermark.
What honor. It's the prayer in the power. In the English, Yahweh.
Yahweh.
The name of Yahweh Shah.
Name Yahushua.
Please give us the power.
Please give us
The
power.
power to heal all manner of sickness.
Power to heal all manner of
And
sickness.
all manner of disease.
All manner of disease.
The power to cleanse a leopard.
Power to cleanse the leper.
The power to raise the dead.
Power to raise the
The
dead.
power against unclean spirits.
Power against unclean spirits.
Cast them out.
Cast them
In
out.
the name of Yahweh Shah.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. Here's Psalms 121 in Hebrew. Asha.
Asha.
Ayanya.
Ayanya.
Alaharoy.
Aharoy.
Mayatan.
Mayatan.
Yaba'a.
Yaba'a.
Azari.
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 Mayam.
Mayam.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Asha.
Asha.
Shemayim.
Shemayim.
Waharataza.
Waharataza.
Alatan.
Alatan.
Namawat.
Namawat.
Regalika.
Regalika.
Al Nanawan.
Al-Nanawan.
Shamarika.
Shamarika.
Hana.
Hana.
La'a.
La'a.
Nanawan.
Nanawan.
Wala'a.
Wala'a.
Yayashan.
Yayashan.
Sharamar.
Sharamar.
Yasha'al.
Yasha'al.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shamarika.
Shamar.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Tazayika.
Tazayika.
Ayah.
Ayah.
Yamka.
Yamka.
Yam.
Yam.
Yashamash.
Yashamash.
La'a. Yakamka.
Ka'ah Yakamka.
Yarak.
Yarak.
Bayali.
Bayali.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashmar.
Yashmar.
Makarai.
Makarai.
Yashmar.
Yashmar.
Avno Pasha.
Avno Pasha.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashmar.
Yashmar.
Tazaanka.
Tazaanka.
Wabaanka.
Wabaanka.
Maetai.
Maetai.
Wa'ai.
This is Psalms 121 in the English. I will lift up my eyes into the hills.
I lift up my eyes to the hills.
Which cometh my help.
Which cometh my help.
My help come from Yahanna.
My help come from Yahanna.
Which made heaven and earth.
Which made heaven and
He
earth.
will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be
He
moved.
that keepeth thee
He that keepeth
will
thee
not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel
he that keepeth
shall
Israel
neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
How is thy keeper?
How is thy keeper?
How is thy shade upon thy right hand?
How is thy shade upon thy right
The
hand?
sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by
nor the
day,
moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
How shall preserve thee from all evil?
The house shall preserve thee from
He
all
shall
evil.
preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
The house shall preserve thy going out,
The house shall preserve thy going
and thy
out,
coming in,
and thy coming in.
from this time forth,
From this time forth.
even forevermore.
Here goes Psalm 83 in Hebrew. Alahayim.
Alahayim.
Al Damia Lakah.
Al Damiyah.
Al Dakarash.
Al Dakarash.
Al Dasakwa.
Al Dasakwa.
Al.
Al.
Kahadna.
Kahadna.
Wabaankia.
Wabak.
Hama Yawan.
Amayawan.
Ra'ash.
Ra'ash.
Al Amyaka.
Al-Amyaka.
Ra'ayamka.
Ra'ayamka.
Sawadah.
Sawadah.
Wa'ata.
Wa'ata.
Wa'ai Tazwa.
Wa'atazwa.
Al Tazwa
Al Tazwa.
Amario.
Amr.
Lakatwa.
Lakad.
Wakakiram.
Yakakiram.
Bagawa.
Bagawa.
Wala Ayasakar.
I.S.U.P.K.
Shum Yashal.
Shum Yashal.
Awada.
Awada.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Na Ai Tazwa.
Ai Tazwa.
Laba.
Laba.
Lakatwa.
Lakadwa.
Al Yamka.
Al-Yamka.
Baraf.
Barah.
Wakara. Raf.
Wakara.
Alahaya.
Alahaya.
Haya. Adawam.
Alawam.
Wa Yashmak.
Y.S.U.P.K.
Wala
Wala.
Yam. Wab'apwa.
Wab'apwa.
Wagarium.
Wagarium.
Gabal.
Gabal.
Wa'abiwan.
Gabwan.
Wa'amilak.
Amalak.
Palasha.
Palasha.
I'm Yashapgo.
Amshab.
Tazawar.
Tazawar.
Gum Ashawar.
Gum Ashawar.
Narawa.
Narawa.
Ma'ayin.
Ma'ayin.
Hayawar.
Hayawar.
Sarawar.
Sarawar.
Abanyalawat.
Abanyalawat.
Selah.
Selah.
Ashalaham.
Ashalaham.
Kayapyan.
Kayapyan.
Kaya Sarah Sarah.
Kaya Sarah Sarah.
Kayapyan.
Kayapyan.
Manakal.
Manakal.
Kwayashwan.
Washwan.
Nashadambwa.
Nashadambwa.
Bayayanda Ira.
Bayanda Ira.
Hayawa.
Hayawa.
Daman.
Daman.
La Dama.
Lahadama.
Shayatangwa.
Shayatangwa.
Nada.
Nada.
Ya Mawa.
Yamawa.
Kara.
Kara.
Wakasa Abba.
Wakazaba.
Wakasa Sabbath.
Wakazaba.
Wakasa Tazal Nana.
Wakazaba. Nana.
Cow. Nasa Kamyowa.
Nasha Kama.
Ashar.
Ashar.
Amaro.
Amar.
Nararash.
Narash.
Nanawa.
Nanawa. Ah.
Nanawa.
Nanawa.
Alahaya.
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 Shawatangwa.
Shawatangwa.
Kagawa.
Kagawa.
Kagwash.
Kagwash.
La Panya Wakar.
Apanya Wa.
Kaash.
Kaash.
The Ibro
The
Iro.
Ira. The Ira.
Cow. Kalaapyapa.
Kama.
Dalabat.
Talabat.
Hayaram.
Hayaram.
Khan.
Come.
Daratapo.
Tebadama.
Basha Iro.
Basa Ira.
Wabasa.
Wabasaba.
Waba Anka.
Waba.
Tabahaliam.
Tabahalam.
Mala'a.
Mala'a.
Payaham.
Payaham.
Kwalawan.
Kwalawan.
Yawabashka.
Yawab.
Islam. Waya Babasha.
Wayashabia.
Shabka.
Shimka.
Yahal.
Yahal.
Yabashawa.
Shawa.
Waya by Ayo.
Yaba Ira.
Ayai.
Ayai.
Why I Karapara.
I Karaba.
Why I Abaikwa.
Why I
Why I Dawa.
I Dawa.
Kaya Ata.
Kayakata.
Shabka.
Shabka.
Yao.
Yahal.
Abaika.
Abaika.
La Ayawan.
La Ayawan.
Why Kahai Aratata.
This is Psalms 83 in the English. Keep not thy silent, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silent, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still.
And be not still.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
For lo,
Lo,
thy enemies make a tumult.
thy enemies make a tumult.
And they that hate thee
And they that hate
have
thee
lifted up their head.
have lifted up their head.
They have taken crafty counsel
They have taken crafty counsel
against thy people.
against thy people.
And consulted
And consulted
against thy hidden ones.
against thy hidden ones.
They have said,
They have said,
Come,
Come,
let us cut them off,
let us cut them off
from being a nation.
from being a nation.
That the name of Israel
Like the name of Israel
may be no more remembered.
May no more remembered.
They have consulted together
They have
with one consent.
One consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against
The
thee.
tabernacles of Edom,
Tabernacles of Edom.
the Israelites,
The Israelites.
of Moab,
Moab.
and the Hagarenes,
The Hagarenes.
Gabal,
Gabal,
and Ammon,
and Ammon,
and Amalek,
and Amalek,
the Philistines,
the Philistines,
with the inhabitants of Tyre,
with the inhabitants of Tyre,
Ashur, also is joined with them.
also is joined
They have
with
hope in the children of light.
hope in the children of light.
Selah.
Selah.
Do unto them
Do unto them
as unto the Midianites,
as unto the Midianites,
as to Sarah,
as to Sarah,
as to Jabin,
as to Jabin,
at the brook of Kishon,
as brook of Kishon,
which perished at Endor.
perished at
They
Endor.
became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for
Make
the
their
earth.
nobles like a red,
Like nobles, like a red,
and like Zeeb.
like thee.
Yea,
Yea.
all the princes of the Bach,
All the princes of the
and of
Bach,
Zamuna,
and Zamuna,
who said,
who said,
let us take to
let us
ourselves
take for ourselves
the house of Yahweh,
the house of Yahweh
in possession.
in possession.
Oh, my power,
Oh, my power.
make them like a wheel,
Make them like a wheel.
as a stumble before the wind,
As stumble before the
as the
wind.
fire burns the wood,
As fire burns the
and as
wood.
the flame set the mountains on fire,
As flame set the mountains
to
on
persecute
fire.
them
To persecute
with
them.
thy tempest,
With thy tempest.
and make them afraid
Make them afraid.
with thy storm.
With thy storm.
Fill their faces
Fill their faces
with shame,
with shame.
that they may seek thy name.
That they may seek thy
O
name.
Yahweh,
O Yahweh.
let them be confounded,
Let them be confounded.
and troubled forever.
Trouble forever.
Yea,
Yea.
let them be put to shame,
Let them be put to shame.
and perish,
And perish.
that men may know
That men may know
that thou,
that thou,
name alone,
name
is
alone,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
are the most high,
are the most high,
over all the earth.
over all the earth.
All right, Sarge, turn. Shabir, is to be seated. Hey, Shalom. Yahweh Shem Yashak the brothers. Yahweh Shemar Lacham Hashem Yashad to the sisters. Welcome to another state Sabbath service that we give a chance to bless the Lord and go over all of our things that we have learned the prior Sabbath and go into new things that we're going to learn this Sabbath. Before we get started, I'm Officer Kaz. Officer 500 Kaz. We got Officer of the Posture 50. Uh-oh. Slacky. Oh, Most High Christ. We got a veteran of the game. Gracing us with his presence. We got Officer Thelma Young. Officer Thelma Young. Most High, clap it up, give him a hand. And of course, we got a warrior in the middle, Mama Saw. Mama Saw, you want a little information to the school? No sweat. All right, I just want to give you the information for the school. We have 3355 Glenwood Road here in Decatur, Georgia. We do have a school for here in Atlanta. All right, so if you want to come down to the school, we're taking tithes, donations. We have the food programs going. We have prison programs going. All this in GD programs. So if you want to get in touch with us, get in touch with near school near you. And if you're in the Atlanta area, this is your nearest school. So definitely get in contact. Officer in the Posh, what's that phone number again?
Okay, number is 404.
404.
So I can get real quick.
Okay, that's right.
Talk about that.
Definitely want to make sure you get the right number to give us a call now.
Okay. Okay, so the number is 404 793-7180. Again, the number is 404 793-7180.
All right, Most High Christ, clap it up. Again, this is a great opportunity for you actually to see what we're all about with I.S.U.P.K and the Commander Yahanna. We come here every Sabbath to give you back your culture. You understand? You'll see brothers up here drinking wine, so that dispels the notion that we cannot drink. If we couldn't drink, it wouldn't be in our ceremonial things that we do. You understand?
Right.
We had the wine, we had the pouring of the wine. We have brothers come up here reading the Hebrew, the Lashon Kodash, which is the Holy Tongue, which is given out every Friday. So if you're interested in learning classes and learning your holy language, because you can't call yourself a Hebrew and don't speak a lick of the Hebrew. So it would behoove you to go ahead and come to these classes from 7 to 9. All right, that's on. You have 7 to 9 on Fridays. However, we have classes Monday through Friday from 7 to 9. All right. So anything else we're leaving out? We'll get to the Passover a little later on after everything. Other than that, we were left off last week at Numbers 35 and 12. 35 and 12.
Slightly word.
Yes, sir.
Say 32 and 14 up there.
Right. That's they didn't change it. They haven't changed it. Gotta get on them, get their job done. Yeah, 35 and 12. Now we will be reading out of the Tanakh or the Torah, first 5 books of Moses. So when you hear those terminologies, you understand what we're talking about, all right? Like I said, we're going to be reading the first 7 chapters from starting at verse 12. We're going to go into Hebrew. We're going to Hebrew, right? Okay, what's right?
Numbers 35 and 12. Waha Ya Lakam Ha'ai Rayam Yahiram Lamakwa Lash La Lasa Las.
Take your time.
Hold on.
Is.
It's like it. I don't want to take it.
Okay.
Lamakwa Lash
Lamakulat.
Lamakolat Magal Wala Rala Yamara Hawataza I'm a dar I'm a wa Slakia Lapan Kaya not Slakia
Take time. You know this word.
Lapanya.
Lapanya
Yeah.
Ha'ida Lama Shapat
Pat.
Lama Shapat
Verse 13. You good? I don't want to take over. You good? You straight? Keep going.
I'll keep going.
No
I'll
sign
do
of
this
crack.
one more.
Sign of crack.
Rahat Wayam Ashar Slakia Ashar Tha not Slakia
Take your time.
Tha Nar
What?
Tha Narwa Shasha Iraya Makwalat
That's right.
Thahaya Ya Na
That's right.
the calm.
All right.
Sign of crack. Give me a hand. All right.
Roy.
All right. We're going to give y'all a treat because this man here, he used to teach the Hebrew class. And he's just excellent reader, man. If you're gonna learn, then you definitely take notes from this brother. Brother can read this Hebrew like the back of the hand, like he reading English. You understand? And it's a blessing to know that. So my young, take the rest of it.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Verse 19. The water said.
Why in that?
It started. We started 19 into 19.
19, okay.
Come on.
Numbers 35 and 14. Shalash, Arium. Thanawa. My Ibar. La Yura. La Rayadan. Shalash, Arium. Thanawa. Ma Arataza. Kana'ain. Arya. Makulat. Hayanana. Verse 15. Labanya Yasha'ala. Wagalgar. Wal Latha. Wal Laf Washam. Bath Wakam. Tha Hayanana. Shasha. Arium. Allah. La Makulat. La Nawas. Shamath Kal. Makah Napash.
Ba Shagaga, verse 16. Wa'am Bakawa, Musaka Bakaya, Ba Razal, Barzal, Slaki, Ha Kahanwa, Wa Yama, Ratazak, Hawa'a, Mawa, Ya Wama, Ha Ratazak. Verse 17. Wa'am Ba Aban, Yad Ashar, Ya Mawa, Ba Ha Kahan, Slaki, Ha Kahawa,
Cap spot.
Wa Yama, Ratazak, Hawa'a, Mawa, Ya Wama, Ra, Slaki, Ha Ratazak. Verse 18. Wa Ba Ko Ya, Mislaki Ba Koya, I Taza Yad, Ishar, Ya Mawa, Wawa, Ha Ka, Slaki Ha Kahawa, Wa Yama, Ratazak, Ha Wa'a, Mawa, Ya Wama, Ha Ratazak. Verse 19.
Nice verse.
Ga'al, Ha Dam, Ha Wa'a, Ya Maya, Ha Ratazak, Ba Paga Iwa, Bawa, Hawa'a, Ya Maya Thanawa.
Clap it up. Clap it up.
Damn.
That's that Hebrew reading, you understand? So, yeah, one day I too will be reading like that too, sir. Just keep practicing. Oh, sorry, Christ, man. So anybody know where we left off last week? Anybody know? Give us a little breakdown of kind of summarize what we was talking about last week. Anybody?
It's lucky. Yeah, basically, we was going to different lands and taking cities. That, you know what I'm saying? We go to city to city.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Taking cities, taking land. You know what I'm saying? We came out of captivity, so we was basically, you know what I'm saying? We was building up the city. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
We was basically setting up shop.
We setting up shop. That's right. Give him a hand. He's absolutely right. But some other stuff I was looking forward to. He actually right. We was taking other lands we came to the side of Jordan, taking over lands, we getting territories, getting inheritances and whatnot. You got something to add to it?
Sorry, if I may, sir, it was also about our refuge cities, like if you murder somebody,
Right.
you have a refuge city to go to.
Exactly. That's exactly what we was getting to. The Levites didn't have an inheritance, so we was actually setting up cities. You know, it was actually explaining how the cities of refuge was being set up. Now, we understand that the Levites was the Levitical priesthood back then, so therefore they didn't have any inheritance. So it depended on the city to provide things for them. Just as today, there's no different today. The priests and prophets of the I.S.U.P.K, we head to school, we give out things, and people bring stuff into us, and we distribute it amongst the people. Same thing the Levites did back in those times. They did the protocols, and they did the ceremonial things for the Lord. They worked there, that was their job. You understand? They didn't have a job. They worked strictly for the Lord. Just as we do. As priests, we work straight for the Lord. So when you need things, counseling, you need food, clothing, whatever the case may be, you contact them in I.S.U.P.K. You contact your nearest I.S.U.P.K. center, and we'll provide them things for you. There's nothing changed, you understand? And at this time, they will set up cities, and they'll give you how big and how wide and how many cities that we're going to have these refuge spots set up in. And like we went over last week, these refuge spots was something like the jail. As we were bringing out last week, Esau takes everything from us, take everything out of the Bible. And the same setup we had, they want to duplicate. The only problem is your Esau, your oppressor, does it a wicked way. They rule the earth unjustly. You understand? Shalom, sister, how you doing? They rule things unjustly. So we're gonna pick up here. We're gonna read in English, starting at verse 12. You could, Shah.
Okay. Numbers 35 and 12. And they shall be unto you cities for refuge from the avenger, that the manslayer die not.
What is a manslayer? Anybody know what a manslayer is? Go ahead.
It's like a criminal, a murderer.
Exactly. Did you look that up, or you just knew?
Nah,
Behind look. Manslayer.
I watched nothing but animation.
But he's actually right. Manslayer is a murderer. You understand? Murderer. Go ahead, keep reading.
That the manslayer die not, until he stand before the congregation in judgment.
So so if somebody who's an avenger in this scenario, who would be your avenger? You have a manslayer and you have an avenger. Go ahead, brother.
I was finna say, somebody with authority.
Anybody else? If I say she want, go ahead.
Yeah, you got a manslaughter who's the criminal. And somebody who's the avenger. That's somebody who's supposed to protect the land or the area. Something like that, like a superhero, something like that.
That's I.S.U.P.K. That's us, brother. That's us. Nah, avenge. If I said I want to avenge my sister's death.
Oh, Slocky.
Go ahead.
Right.
It's like okay, say if I go out and I murder somebody, and one of their family members, the avenger would be one of their family members who want to come and kill.
Exactly. Clap it up. That's the avenger. That's real.
Take revenge
Exactly.
for murdering
Exactly.
their relatives.
So it says the cities of refuge going to be from the avenger. So somebody who murdered someone, they have a place that they can go. That way, the person that they killed, their family members and friends, loved ones won't try to come and kill them. They have a place that they can go at until they are in arraignment. This is a judge. This is like a judge, it's like here in Atlanta or any other city that we have judge, jury. We have a place we go. We have the bailiffs. We have all those things set up. That's the same concept going on right here.
Innocent before you be proven guilty.
Yeah, that's supposed to be innocent before we're guilty, but we know how that goes in Esau's world. You're already guilty, then you got to prove your innocence. And by that time, you lost every damn thing before it let you out. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, we're going to keep going. Verse 13.
Verse 13. And of these cities which ye shall give, 6 cities shall ye have for refuge.
These are Levites that stand out of the cities that we created. 6 of these cities are going to be given for that refuge, for some type of place we can set up, like the holding cells and whatnot. Go ahead.
Verse 14. Ye shall give 3 cities on this side Jordan, and 3 cities shall ye give in the land of Canaan.
This side of Jordan. Who's on the other side of Jordan? As we know, anybody remember what we were talking about? Who's on the other side of Jordan right now? We got 3 tribes, 2.5 tribes that was on the side of Jordan, and then the rest of it was over in Canaan. Go ahead. Do you know, sis? Did you have your hand up?
No.
Okay, you sure? I know you know this.
Was it Gad and
The other Seminole Indians, Gad and Reuben,
and I don't know the other.
a little bit of Manasseh,
Oh, okay.
and then the rest of them was on this side of Jordan. And the stipulation, remember the stipulation that they told those tribes that we'll let you stay in the land if you just come and fight with your brothers. And they agreed to it. Moses made that up to them, said, if you don't come fight with your brothers, you'll be killed, whatever the case may be. So they agreed, and they was doing that. They was upholding their part of the deal. So on that side, they're going to give 3 refuge on that side, and then 3 of them into the land of Canaan, where the Lord said, hey, this is the land I'm going to give to you, land of milk and honey. Whatnot. All right, keep going.
Okay. Which shall be cities of refuge. Verse 15. These 6 cities shall be a refuge, both for the children of Israel and for the stranger and for the sojourner.
Let me ask you a question right here. It said, these 6 cities of refuge should be for the children of Israel, strangers, and the sojourners. So what does that mean? Does that mean all those Israelites? Or all the heathens? Or what?
Okay. Yeah, I got experience of this, you know what I'm saying, like, I had a couple Passovers.
Mm-hmm.
Like the last one in Houston. I'm from this land right here, so-called, you know what I'm saying, Georgia.
All right.
They had to travel over to another land. I was a stranger.
Mm-hmm.
They know here, so I had to sojourning over to another land.
Right.
It's just like, you know what I'm saying, I'm Israelite. I'm from this land, Georgia right here.
Gotcha.
So I go to another land, Houston.
Mm-hmm. You
I'm
consider
a stranger. I had journeyed over there.
Okay.
I was sojourning, so it ain't mean like a stranger. I'm a stranger there, cause no matter who I am.
So you're saying it's still Israelite?
Yeah, I'm in another land where other Israelites are at.
Right. I got you.
I'm just a stranger.
Right.
They don't know who I am, but I'm still Israelite. It doesn't mean like I don't know who you is.
I got you. We got you. Anybody else? Want to give it a shot? Anybody else? What we're talking about now here, it says this cities of refuge that we have is for the children of Israel and the stranger and for the sojourners. Do everybody agree as Israelites, or somebody have anything different to say? I'm not saying it's right or wrong. Hold on. You already with? I got you. Anybody else? Anybody else? You want to give it a shot? Guess it up.
Agree.
What you got?
I agree.
You agree with that, brother?
Slacking.
Okay. Hey, sir.
No, I'm
I already know you. Anybody else?
No,
So now let me ask you this. So if somebody came over who was a heathen and killed one of your people, what we gonna do with them? Just let them free?
Oh.
You gonna let
Yeah,
them?
well,
Say they ain't Israelite. We just gonna let you go free.
Oh, Khan. In this case, it would be like if a heathen, someone of another nation,
This is actually
would be the stranger and the sojourner.
right. You wanna add something to it, sir? I don't want.
You gotta look at it. Over here in America, I mean, you're not white, you're black. But guess what?
Got a place for you.
You still gonna go to jail. You still gonna go to court.
Right.
Still got, hey, you in the jail more than the white man is.
Right.
So I mean, so
Right.
so you think we ain't had the same kind of rules? Like if a heathen do something in our land, you think we're not gonna judge them, or they're not gonna be held in jail or prison? I mean, it's going down. So it ain't just for Israel. It said both for the children of Israel. All right. When it says children of Israel, it's talking about the whole Israel. Right here in this context is different. And then it says stranger and sojourner.
Right.
All right. You got to remember, Israel left with a mixed multitude. All right. But when we leave again out of captivity, when Christ comes back, it's not going to be a mixed multitude. But you had a lot of us that were married to Egyptians and stuff like that. All right.
So and that it's important because we actually got to read stuff in context. This is what we do. We got to make sure we read everything that we do and read, make sure it's in context. Because I know we've learned a lot of times that we could be Gentiles, we could be sojourners, we could be strangers. So in part, you was actually correct, but you got to make sure we read it in context. Like you were saying, like I was saying, it says it's for both children of Israel, strangers, and sojourners. So we gotta hold their feet to the fire too. Just can't come over and just run them up and do what you want to do. We got some rules for you too. So yeah. All right, keep reading.
Among them, that everyone that kills any person unawares may flee thither.
All right, keep reading.
Verse 16. And if he smite him with an instrument of iron, so that he die, he is a murderer.
He's a what?
A murderer.
We're gonna let him go.
A murderer.
You get acquitted.
A murderer.
We let him ride.
A murderer.
Because he's part of the police force, we're gonna let him go.
A murderer.
And keep reading.
The murderer shall surely be put to death.
We're gonna let him go.
Put to death.
Give him some daggone McDonald's burgers.
Put to death.
We're gonna let him eat ice cream before we take him in.
Put to death.
This is what your oppressors have done to us. They kill us and murder us and we get away with it, and we feed them. We stroke their hair in the prison systems, and we give them McDonald's before they even indict them or even put them into the prison. But they don't do that for us. They have no idea. They shoot. We don't even make it to the back of the police car. They kill us on our spot. Our mothers and grandmothers are crying because of something that's done to their child, not even maliciously. Jaywalking tickets, speeding tickets, and we get murdered in the streets for no reason. But it says right here, according to our rules, if you smite a person with an instrument of iron and they die, you are a murderer and you must be put to death. If that person died because of what you did, they deserve death. That's justice. That's justice. Who else can tell me who else done that to us? I gave you a little bit of it. Your oppressor should have died in slavery. You know how many slavery, one of our slaves got died by them whipping us and hitting us with some iron and things like that? Your oppressor is a murderer. The Africans who sold us, they are murderers, man. And that's what they are, and they deserve death. And the Lord is going to see to it, they're going to be put to death. So people say, you know what, we're going to love everybody and this and that, but yet the Lord said this man is a murderer who killed our ancestors, who whipped us and killed us. Just by beating our back in. And they bled to death and died. They're murderers, and they deserve death. So excuse me if I want justice for my ancestors and my people. You know what I'm saying? It ain't my words. That's the Lord saying they deserve death. And I just want to make sure they get it, and the Lord is going to give it to them. You understand? So these are the rules that we live by in our kingdom. You want to say something? Okay. I don't want to. Anybody want to say something?
Oh, sorry, I did. Just like the sister a while back, when a police officer, he put her in the back of the police car, but she was upside down and she was pleading, begging that man.
And he called her master too, right?
Right, called her master.
Anybody see that? Yeah, he called her master.
Yeah.
I remember that. That's just the wickedest thing you can ever do, man. I mean, you already got the sister in handcuffs. You're in the hog tie. They tied her hands and her feet together, and then you put her in the car on her belly. And then you make a sudden stop, and she falls in between the seats. And she's begging you to let her out. She's begging you to stop. She's begging you to the fact that she's calling you master, and you have no pity for this child. No pity. I mean, even if it was somebody that I really didn't care for in the back, is a heathen, and I'm doing my job, and I feel like you're crying that you're gonna die, I at least gonna stop and adjust you. That's the compassion that we have just for everybody, because we know we're compassionate people. But your oppressor has no compassion for nobody, none. And then they asked him, "Did you hear?" He said, "No." He said something. I couldn't see her. I looked in the river, I couldn't see her. But like I said, can you hear her crying?
Like
Come on, sir.
he can't hear her crying because the Bible called the white man a deaf adder. You know what a deaf adder is? It's a snake that can't hear your cry. He's still gonna strike. He's still gonna bite you.
There's 2 strikes against him: a death and a snake. You can't hear any snake.
That's lucky.
Uh-huh.
He said he couldn't see her and hear her crying, be like, dog, maybe she, you know what I'm saying, she escaped or something, or I would start the car, pull over, I'm like, did she escape or something? And you sitting on the ground right there.
My heart went out to that girl, man. I damn near was in tears
Like
just
that.
for hearing that sister cry like that, man.
Right.
Like this heathen can't see this woman is crying out, and damn, she called you a master. At least pull over and check on her. He didn't want to do that. That's what we dealing with. Hey, Shalom,
Lord
Shalom.
Christ.
Stop.
Stop.
That's what we dealing with in this empire, man. This empire's got to burn, and it's going to burn. We're in the Third World War. You know what I'm saying? This empire's got to fall. All right, keep going. Verse 17.
Verse 17. And if he smite him with throwing a stone wherewith he may die, and he die, he is a murderer.
Mm-hmm.
The murderer shall surely be put to death.
That has happened to us as well. Hit with stones back in our days and our slavery. Stoned our ancestors to death and walked away. Not only did they walk away, they made money off us, man. It still was, they didn't even care about it. They stoned you to death, they threw you into the water, they threw you into a hole, and they find somebody to replace you and just keep on moving on like nothing happened. Not forsaking the fact that they have family and children and husbands and wives. They didn't care. They just threw them in the hole and just kept on going. Just make sure that cotton's picked, nigga.
Right.
Make sure that sugar cane is cut down there, you little Haitian. That's all they did to us. But the Lord said, man, you're a murderer, you must die. It's justice. Go ahead.
Verse 18. Or if he smite him with a hand weapon of wood, wherewith he may die, and he die, he is a murderer.
A weapon of wood. I mean, if you think about it, remember that, shoot, we was just in the across the Haitian brothers came over to stuck at the border. Shoot, they had them whips and things like that going on. But they had that weapon. Just think of a shovel, a rifle, where the buttstock is wood. And they just smashing us. Boom, get down. Our ancestors back in the day, they on their horses and going full thrust, striking you in the top of your head with the butt of that daggone weapon. That's a weapon of wood. You understand? That can also be a weapon of wood. Killing our people. The brain is a very sensitive organ. And you hit that brain in the right spot, you can die instantly on the spot. They had no remorse for that. They didn't care. They had no idea. They didn't give a damn.
Now instead of using the weapon of wood, it's a baton stick.
Now it's a baton stick.
Yeah.
Yeah. So these are the atrocity things that they're doing to us, man. And the Lord said again, they are a murderer. Can you read it?
The murderer shall surely be put to death.
And they should surely be. They're not saying it might be put to death. The Lord said they will surely be put to death. So if they're saying this is the Old Testament, don't worry about it, it's not going to happen again. These people still exist who have done these things. So Lord requiring blood from them. So how they going to get the blood? They did it back in the day. Now they undied already and came back. Nothing punishment happened. How's the Lord going to punish them and give them death? How's it going to happen if they had already died? How's it going to happen? Anybody explain that to me? Go ahead.
It's like you let the Christian tell it. They gonna rise up from the grave.
Wow, they're going to come back from the grave.
When Christ comes back, they gonna come back from the grave.
Goddamn.
That's what they say.
Hey, stay away from the
That's what they say.
What does the Bible say?
Right.
It's like, you got a free sample?
Yeah.
Most High Christ.
Exodus 20 and 4. It might be
You want
3.
somebody read it for you?
Yeah.
I'm calling. Exodus, no, you have somebody read it. What's
yeah.
the verse, sir?
Exodus 20 and 5.
Exodus 20 and 5.
Come.
Go on.
The book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 5. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, the Lord, thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me.
That's how the Lord gets you back. The Lord come back and through your grandchildren. Cause you come back through your grandchildren.
Right.
Your third, fourth
Right.
generation. All them slave masters that got away with slavery and get punished. It's another scripture in Isaiah 14 and 21 when it says prepare slaughter for their children.
Right.
It's the reason why the Lord say prepare slaughter for their children, because their children are them.
Right.
Just like
Right.
your offspring is you back in the day. You know what I mean? We the same Israelites back in the wilderness, back in Egypt. You know what I mean? That crossed the Red Sea.
Right.
And what the Lord did, how the Lord repaid us when we broke that covenant through slavery.
Right.
You know what I mean? Good and bad people went to slavery. You know what I mean?
Right.
So same thing with these white people that's killing us, that got away with it. You know what I mean? And they think they scot free. Nah, they ain't scot free because these same white people that come up to the camp and say, "I didn't do nothing to black people."
Right.
The hell you did.
Right. Right.
You did do something to black people. You just don't remember because the Lord took away your remembrance.
Right.
But you gonna remember when Christ come back.
Right.
Now, Christ said, "Everybody who pissed me on my side."
Yep.
That's Revelation 1:7. He said, "Oh, the souls that pissed me on my side, they gonna see me."
Right.
That's how you know reincarnation real.
That's right.
And that's what you said. But the Christian pastors is the wickedest thing they can ever say, because you have the Christian pastors tell you that you're an Israelite, so they know that we was back in the day, and now we're here back through our ancestors and our generations, but yet they don't understand that it works both ways.
Right.
Them same oppressors that was back there whooping us and beating us also, they got what's coming to them too. And what the Lord said is that they're gonna be surely put to death. And he said the other ones give you that's the surely, that's the death he's talking about. When you come back to your children, you will be put to death. You understand? For doing what you've done to the children of Israel. But them wicked pastors are not going to tell our people that.
Right.
It's a shame. Last verse 19, English.
Okay. Verse 19. The revenger of blood himself shall slay the murderer. When he meeteth him, he shall slay him.
Ooh, read that back again.
The revenger of blood himself shall slay the murderer. When he meeteth him, he shall slay him.
Man, this sounds like your house, y'all. You know what I'm saying? You meet them heathens again, he gonna slay them. All right, so we're gonna bring up another reader. Kapash, reservation.
The Pashkaya Banya Howder Banya Shalom.
Oscar, yeah.
The Pashkaya Banya Howder Banya Shalom.
Kapash, yeah. Banya Sha'ala.
Yah Bashem Yashabaka Thumb.
Yah Bashim Yah Shabbat. Stop. Shabby, be seated. Next 7 verses, we're going to get at verse 20.
God, this is the book of Numbers, chapter 35, verse 20 in Hebrew. What thumb? Bash Na'ah Yaha Da Panawa Awar Hai Shalah Yad Al Yawar Ba Tazadat Ya Wa Ya Moth. Verse 21. Awa Ba'ai Yaba Ha Kawa Ba'ya Dawa Ya Zawa Ya Da My Wath Ya Wa Ma Hi My Ka Ra Tazaka Ha Wa'a Ga Al Hayidam Wa My Wath Oth Hi Ra Tazaka But pa
Where you at, Ward?
pagaluo.
Where you at?
I'm in inner 21.
Alright.
Galuo. But wa, verse 22. Wa as. But but wa da. Ba la. I yaba. Ha. Ga. Pawa. Awa. Ha. Shal yard. I yawa. Cow.
That's God, not God. At the end of that word.
What's up? Let's say it again. Ha. Shall. Yuck. Al yawa. Cow. Cow ya. Balaya.
Bala.
Bala. Bala. Tazad. Tazad. Ya. Verse 23. Tazadaya. 23. I war. Bakal. Abad.
Abun.
Abun.
Abun means stone. Go ahead.
Abun. Stone. Ashar. Yamai. Roth. Ba. Baha. Ba. La'a. Balya. Ra'ai. Roth. Wa ya. Pow. Laha. I'm sorry. La wa. Pala. I yawa. Wa ya moth. Wa hi awa. La I hi ya. I'm sorry. I wa ya. Wa ya. The wa la I. My bar quash. Right. Da wa, verse 24. Wa posh. Wa posh shop. Oh, conjugation. Oh,
Take your time. Take your time.
okay. It's wa sha pa tawa.
Wash your pot wash.
Wash your pot congregation. Wash your pot wash. Hi. I her. Banyan. Hi my ka. Wa bayan. Gal alia. Hadam. Al. Hama. Shapat yum. Hi. Allah. Allah. Verse 25. Wahai Tazaya Lawa. Hi I Da. Us. Hara Tazaka. Mayad. Gal. Al. Hadam. Wahai. Ha da sayapwa aswa hi I Al. Ayar. 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 My Kuala.
That's about the name of the school, huh?
Oh. Okay. My Kualatwa.
That's right.
Ashar. Not.
No.
No. Nasa.
Yep.
Okay. Shamar. Oh, Shamar. No, Shamar.
No.
Shema.
Shema.
Shema. What's this like? Washab.
Wayashab.
Wayashab.
I'll take your time so you see. Might be too, the letter ain't too small for you, is it?
No, I think I focus in.
Okay.
Shab. Okay. Baha. Aid. Mawaf. Hakahan. Ha Gala.
Gadal.
Kadal. Ashar. Mashak. Hadawa. No. Ha. Dawa.
Afwa.
Afwa. Ba. Shadman.
Mm-hmm.
Hakodash.
Yeah.
Verse 26. Wa Adam.
Mm-mm.
Wa
Wa'am.
Waham. Wa Taza'a. Wa Taza'a. Ha Ra Tazaka. Ah. Ya Wala. I Yad. No, I war.
Ayar.
Ayar. Makwalakwa.
Mm-hmm.
Ashar. Why now what?
It's Yah. It's a Yah.
Ya. That's like, okay, I know the word. Ma. No. It's like, na. I mean, it's like, ya. Now what?
That's a Sah.
Now what's sa?
Mm-hmm.
Shalma.
Last verse.
Verse 27. Why my taza ah.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, the wa. Gal. Al.
Mm-hmm.
Adam. My karataza. La Gablawa. Ayar. Makalakwa. Wa Yar Tazaka.
No Yar, no.
No. Wa Tazaka.
Uh-huh.
God. What's like God? Al. Gaal. Hadam. Off. Ha Ra Tazaka. Ayan. Lawa Dam.
Right? Verse 20.
Oh,
In
come.
English. We may not get through it, but we'll tackle a little bit of it.
The book of Numbers, chapter 35, verse 20 in English. But if he thrust him or hated or hurled at him by laying a weight, that he die.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 21. Or enmity smite him with his hand.
What does that mean? Somebody go back up to the first sentence. But if he thrust him of hatred or hurl at him by lying a weight, then he died. What does that mean?
Pretty much it was saying like premeditated death.
Premeditated murder. Lying in the cut. Wait for that brother, that sister to come through. She'll mess with me. She ain't got another man on her. You wait in the cut, he come out, you thrust him and kill him. Yeah, it is. Premeditated murder. These scriptures got it all in it, man.
Or today,
Got it all in it.
yeah, or today, modern day drive-by shooting.
That too. Wait for that brother to come out of there. Get him down.
And in the bushes.
Thrust would be like you got a sword or a knife and you just thrust through
Either way, you can bring it, like you said, bring it to the days, man. You sit back, you know what I'm saying, and come out the cut and whop. Out the club, wait for the brother and sister to come through, and you just go out and just stab them. Premeditated murder.
You gotta understand, like back then, we ain't had no guns. All we had was the sword and the stones and
Yeah,
stuff.
the rock.
So when you come out, hey, it's like prison, you know, you get shanked.
Right. Yeah, slingshots.
Yeah.
And then they turn, you catch them lacking.
Yeah, catch caught him lacking. Yeah, kept slipping.
And you basically, you had it in your mind made up. It takes a lot of thinking of how you gonna just catch him when he come out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's why it's premeditated. You know what I mean? You waited for this brother to come out, then you stabbed him. Like you had to go get the knife, then sit in whatever position you want to sit in to sneak up on him. You premeditated that. You know what I mean? And you should surely die.
Yeah, you planning it, how you gonna do it, and then how you gonna get away with it. You gotta cross the T's, dot the I's. You like, yeah, I'm gonna get in it. And nothing works as planned. You get caught. Nothing works.
And you got some of them that do the drive-by shooting. They don't even care the mama in the house, the wife in the house.
Kids laying in sleeping.
There's so many kids that get shot in Chicago by stray bullets that it was intended for somebody else. And that's why it's so important, you know what I mean, that you don't just react off your anger, you know what I mean? Let the judges of Israel judge that matter.
All right. Kiwi.
Verse 22.
21.
Verse 21, Salah. Or in enmity smite him with his hand, that he die. He that smote him shall surely be put to death. For he is a murderer. The revenger of blood shall slay the murderer when he meet him.
In this term, who's the revenger of blood now? Is it the person that killed you? Now you gonna kill somebody? Is that the revenger at this point?
Nah,
Who's the revenger?
the revenger be the Most High.
In this time?
In this time, it'd be the priest.
Right. You know the people, that you see in those movies, they got the black hoodie on, and they got the axe ready to chop you, ready to kill you. That's in this term, that's the avenger. The avenger is coming to get, that's the judgment. So you killed somebody for premeditated murder, so now the avenger has to put you to death.
Slaughter. Slaughter, called the executioner.
Execution, there you go.
Yep. Judge Red.
Back then, it was actually called also an eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. I mean, you kill, you should be killed. You steal somebody's stuff, you need to return it, double fold. But now we can't live like that because we're not under our own government.
Okay.
We can't try to be eye for eye, tooth for a tooth. We destroy it.
Okay.
Right now is the time to forgive your brother, if he wrong you. Now I ain't saying turn the other cheek like a Christian text said. Defend yourself now, but don't hold on to no grudge until you get some payment back. We gotta forgive one another. We gotta forgive one another because we under this damn devil. Go ahead, Ward.
So we not to turn the other cheek like Chris Rock?
Yeah. Chris Rock should just turn the other side. Hit this side, Will.
When Christ said turn the other cheek, he basically saying don't hold on to no grudges.
Right. Okay.
I mean, but don't turn on the cheek, man. Don't be no coward, man. I mean, because somebody taller than you and got you by 100 more pounds.
Right.
Like, be like David. Right. Fighting Goliath, like.
Right.
Because if you let somebody do that to you, you will never get no respect, man.
Right.
You can't come into the I.S.U.K. So,
As you see, Will gets no respect.
says on Lord.
They let them color fly.
And then the colors fly. Right. But what you said on y'all wrong was perfect too, though. But it wasn't this context. But yeah, the Lord is our revenger. And that's how your oppressors gonna die. The Lord's gonna come and revenge our death for blood. You know what I mean? So yeah. Verse 22.
Verse 22. But if he thrust him suddenly without enmity, or have cast upon...
What is enmity? Anybody say what enmity is? Is that word enmity?
A slaughter, you creating conflict, confusion. You making somebody... It pretty much like
A
conflict.
simple definition.
Enmity makes...
The conflict.
Provoke anger pretty much. Provoke anger.
I would say more jealousy. I don't know.
It's like it's enemy.
No.
Enmity.
Enmity.
I'm too.
Create
Look
hate.
it up. Look it up. Just look it up.
Okay. Slow.
It's enmity.
Hey, one of them said it already though.
Create
Defeat thrust.
hate and confusion.
Conflict.
Yeah,
problem.
I just want to get that definition.
Yeah, create hate and confusion.
But if
pretty
you
much.
thrust him is subtly without enmity.
Be like, it's like hostility.
Yeah.
You got
Okay.
the definition now?
No, and in this context right here, when they say without enmity, like you killing for somebody for no reason. Now you have to have a reason. Now I mean that what it mean right here in this conflict, in this context.
Because that person had no enmity. Like he ain't got no conflict with you. I ain't got no issue with you. You ain't know nothing. Keep reading.
Comes or had cast upon him anything without land of weights.
Right. So nobody was laying in wait. He wasn't waiting for nobody. He was just out there, just in the club, just hanging out, just chilling. Keep reading.
Verse 23. For with any stone wherewith a man may die, seeing him not, and cast it upon him, that he die, and was not his enemy, neither sought his harm.
Keep reading.
Verse 24.
Sum it up. Okay, go ahead. So
That sounds like the
that?
damn white man. I can't help but say it. I try to hold it in. Yeah, he killed
You
us
couldn't let me finish. You had to get in
for
there.
no damn reason. We ain't had no problem with this man.
No problem.
I mean,
That's what he did that. We had no problem. Keep reading. You gonna finish that out? I'll let you go ahead and ride. I don't know. Go ahead.
Verse 24. Then the congregation shall judge between the slayer and the revenger of blood according to these
Go
judgments.
ahead. I don't want to bring it on down. Go ahead. Because you was on it.
I mean,
You was on it.
basically saying, I mean, you kill somebody that don't have no problem with you, ain't do no wrong to you.
No wrong.
I mean, you need to die, man. You need that person needs justice, man. His family needs justice, and it should be served immediately. Like us, we should have justice against this white man.
Right.
When it comes to his children that say they didn't have nothing to do with slavery, but you benefiting off white privilege. Go ahead.
It's just heavy what you bringing out. It just he basically killed us for trying to love on him. You know.
You're the wrong person.
But see, we say the Christian says love, but it's not love, it's fear.
Yeah.
Now whatever you fear is your God too.
That's right, man.
And that's what the white man is to us. I mean, he became somebody that we fear, and now they worship him as God. That's why they got white kids. I mean, but he is not God, and Christ's gonna show him that in the end. I mean, you love who you feel. When Christ come back on this earth, we're gonna put the laws back in place, man. And we're gonna fear them laws.
Right.
We're gonna fear the Most High. But us in I.S.U.P.K, we already fear the Most High.
Right.
It's our people who don't fear the Most High. They fear the white man. All right. But go ahead.
What did Tamir Rice do? Nothing. Playing a little toy gun outside. Just nothing. Castile, what did he do? Had paperwork. What did he do? Nothing. Go ahead, bro.
I think with Tamir Rice is heavy because he had a toy gun, which was an obvious toy gun. But them devils down there in Florida, the boy and the girl with shooting at the cops that were kids, they was begging for them to stop.
That's right.
And they came out unharmed.
The restraint. They show all kind of restraint when it comes to their people. All kind of restraint. But when it comes to us, you just can't go to the store and get some pack of Skittles.
Lucky.
You can't get the Skittles and kill you.
Lucky. They show restraint to lose bears and lose dogs
That's
that
right.
get in your neighborhood that kill people. They have restraint. They just don't kill the dog.
Yeah, right.
They treat the dog better than you.
That's right. At least treat us like a dog. Treat us like the dog. Damn.
Right. I saw that on the news just the other day that a brother was beating the dog up on a leash, and they jumped the brother, and even another brother joined in, and the brother started stomping the brother in the head while the dog was safe. You know what I'm saying? But they just kept beating that brother and beating that brother and beating that brother with sticks and everything.
We in the place where animals got more rights than us, man.
Right.
Yeah, my bad, gay people too, but
Like you said, animals.
Yeah, man.
Rocky, but we know why animals is Esau's best friend. Why they say, yeah, man's best friend? Yeah.
Some of the dogs.
Right, Khan.
Don't tell me we in the back.
Nah, I ain't gonna
Don't
read it.
tell
We
me that,
all know
man.
why.
Oh, my
I ain't
God.
gonna say it, but we all know why.
They be extra loving master. I mean, the master be extra loving them.
You done caught up the pig, right? You done caught up the pig.
Right.
That's just nasty, man.
Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say.
Hey, man, look here, man. I love dogs too. I'm a dog lover. But ain't no dog with me licking me all in my mouth and all in my beard. I ain't know that.
All on my table, tasting my food.
Right.
They're in your place, little puppy. Outside now.
I like dog talking about you need a little more salt.
Oh, man. And you gonna have a potluck.
Right.
Sorry. Not eating your food, man. But yeah, man, all our brothers didn't do nothing, man, but you're oppressed to get away with that thing, man. They supposed to be put to death. And the Lord is going to revenge our death, man. He's definitely going to revenge our death. So
Damn right.
if anybody got any other comments, we're going to go ahead and close it on up. Comments, questions, go ahead and ask them now. Because I'm going to ask you about this next week. All right. Well, no, not next week. We're going to get to that. We're going to get to Passover again. All right, then. We're going to... I'm watching. You just going. Oh, hold on. Y'all wrong? Y'all wrong? Yeah, you see. Have a shot. You see. I can if you could just give the rundown of Passover. Stuff like that. Before it closes up. Can you quick watch that out real quick? Have watch that down. Just give them a rundown of Passover.
All right. Am I doing the
No, go too.
Just Passover?
Just give them the rundown of Passover.
All right, so, hey, Shalom, Israel. We got Passover, as you know. Commanding General Yahanna has done it again. What's the 53rd? 53rd Annual Lord's Passover, Cocoa Beach, Florida. Go ahead, you take your hands up and pocket and clap. I saw something. And it's going to be a glorious event. There's a lot of things going on, so make sure you got your rooms taken care of. You know, Commanding General Yahanna said come out and pay for them in advance because those are the ones that they're being able to secure. If you can, you can, you know.
Feast of Unleavened Bread too.
Okay, yes, and the Feast of Unleavened Bread is the following day. So Passover is going to be Friday, all right? Feast of Unleavened Bread is the following day. So try to stay there for the Feast of Unleavened Bread as well so we have another packed house like we did last year in Houston. You know, it was a glorious event. I'm looking forward to it. And yeah, make sure you got your transportation. So
make sure they let them know they clean their stuff out this time.
Oh,
Before
yeah.
they take off.
clean what up?
I think having 11.
Oh yeah, all right, come on. So as far as unleavened bread, Feast of Unleavened Bread, make sure before you leave to the Passover, make sure you get all the leaven out your house.
That's right.
All right, get all the leaven out your house. I know a lot of us don't have a storm cellar or whatever. Sometimes you can lock it in a vehicle. From what I've been told, just get it out the house so there's no temptation. You know, if you got a basement, if you got, you know, somewhere you can just store it, go ahead and do so. But if you have any questions, get with your camp leader, and especially with questions on transportation, questions on lodging, you know, just let us all know. Hey, the what?
All right. So Christ, all right. Shoot, we're gonna get ready for the prayers. Maybe it was just module.
Lord, show.
Right. Israel Imagine, we're going to say his prayers. Father Padon, let's face the east.
This is the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Abanawa.
Abanawa.
Bashamaya.
Bashamaya.
Dash.
Dash.
Ayah. Ka.
Yahweh.
Malakwa. Taba'a. Zayaka. Ayah. Aisha. Barataza. Hawa. Ayah. Bashamaya. Dananawa. Makam. Cow. Yawam. Wasalakwana. Wasalakwana. Wapyana. Wala'a. Tabayana. Banasai one. Ball. So like how shy now? Ayan. Ride. Kaya. Ka. Amalakwa. Waha'ala. Watapara. La'ayo. Aman.
This is the Lord's Prayer in English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. In earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Give us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not to temptation, deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. All right, Sarge, it's turn. Shabia, you seated? I do want to say the dua to Officer Thama Young for coming up here, helping us out with Sabbath service. We're going to get ready for the announcements.
These are I.S.U.P.K security announcements. We're the I.S.U.P.K started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They're to be saluted only. Then they are here to share themselves with the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if the brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10. Means tenth in the Hebrew, ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund. Free will offer for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations, we just spoke about it. We got the Passover coming up, all right? And let's see. And if you're coming to the school, go ahead and use your navigation, please, Bakusha, to get to the school, and do it all the way to the school. Don't turn it off midway or whatever. Helps, get us recognized as a school, so get some more bodies in the seats, okay?
Right. Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see. And if any brothers want to start being a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, or scarf. And with that, in Israel, Madam, give a courtesy salute to the teachers. Madam Shabbat, Madam Barak, Yamata, hands down. Sorry, means term, sisters and Madam. Give a courtesy salute to the sisters and the little sister. All right, men of Israel, Madam Shabbat, Madam Barak,
Yahweh Shema El Dam B'Hashem Yahushua.
Yahweh Shema El Dam B'Hashem Yahushua.
Yamata, hands down, class dismissed.